Jeff Sims out versus Northern Illinois. Heinrich Haarberg will be our starting quarterback. Let's get into it. If you like any of the content, please hit the like button and subscribe. We have pregame, postgame, update videos like this coming out all season long. So you don't want to miss out on any of it, but let's just get into it. So it was reported today that Jeff Sims will not be playing against Northern Illinois. We talked about it after the Colorado game. He got banged up. He did not return to the game because of an ankle injury. We know with ankle injuries, it takes time. It takes about 1 to 2 weeks. It looks kind of like a mild sprain is what I'm hearing. So he will be out, and I think that's the right decision. He's not been cooking so far. He's not been a great quarterback. The same concerns I had about Jeff Sims when he got here rang true. He's not a natural thrower of the football. He's very turnover prone. It's just the same concerns, the same things, and this staff kind of failed to develop him. So to that, I'm in favor of going away from him. Heinrich Haarberg will be our starter. So this was very interesting to me. Chubba Purdy, made videos talking about fall practice, and Chubba Purdy was quarterback to all of fall practice until 2 weeks ago. Not because of Chubba Purdy losing the job, just because he got hurt due to a groin injury. He was not a full participant in practice. So Heinrich Haarberg took that role from him. He's quarterback 2 now. And looks like he will be the starter going into Northern Illinois. It's confirmed that Chubba Purdy's a full participant back in practice now, but he's still getting back in the groove. Personally, I don't care who starts. I actually would prefer if Chubba Purdy started. I think when it comes down to it, he is the better arm. Heinrich Haarberg is very similar to Jeff Sims. He's a great athlete. He can throw the ball 70 yards. But when it comes to making a tight pass in a close window, right? I don't think he can do that. I don't think Jeff Sims can do that. I think Chubba Purdy can. And that's the difference between them. And it was kind of the same issues we saw when he was coming out of high school about 3 years ago from Kearney Catholic, is that he just can't. He doesn't have those intangibles. That's why he never played really so far in his career. And now we kind of don't have a choice. We don't have a choice whether to play Heinrich Haarberg because Chubba Purdy's banged up and we don't have anybody behind him. So we'll see what he got. We'll see what he has. I'm worried about this. I am very worried about this. But I think it's important to kind of answer a question, because if Heinrich Haarberg never played and he transferred, we'd always be asking ourselves what could have been, right? Because Nebraska fans love Nebraska guys who stay home. And you know what they love even more than Nebraska guys who stay home? They love Nebraska quarterbacks who stay home. So we would have been asking ourselves that for a long time. So we finally get to have kind of a taste. I would prefer Chubba Purdy. We'll see. I think they probably will switch him. I think Chubba Purdy will come in the ball game if needed, if Heinrich Haarberg's sneaking it up. And this really concerns me, not because I wanted to go away from Jeff Sims, because I didn't want to go away from Jeff Sims. Like, if it were up to me, he would be benched. And I talked about in my last video, like, Matt Rhule is never going to bench Jeff Sims. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He went out on a limb. He took away a quarterback in Casey Thompson, who was really solid for us last year. He basically made him into the transfer portal. He took his guy, Jeff Sims. He was hyping him up all offseason. Matt Rhule, like, for better or worse, is going to try to prove to you that he picked the right guy, even though about 99% of us are convinced he did not pick the right guy. So Jeff Sims was never going to be benched on his own. So therefore, that's a good thing. However, the reason this is a bad thing is because we have no depth at the quarterback position. We only have 3 players active right now. Heinrich Haarberg, right, who has dealt with injuries so far in his career. Chubba Purdy, who is very injury prone, got banged up last year, got banged up at Florida State. He was out for the year there. So another injury prone quarterback. And then you have a walk-on in Jack Wosh, who's a transfer from Ole Miss. So you don't have any depth at the quarterback position. Now, like, we didn't have any depth to begin with. And I talked about this. I talked about this when I was doing my season prediction video. I said, if Jeff Sims gets hurt, this is a team that might not win any game in conference, because that's how bad of our of quarterback depth we have. Quarterback kills you. If you don't have a quarterback and you can't run the ball effectively, you will not win a single game against a Big Ten opponent. So we do need Jeff Sims back in that fact, or because we just need depth. And not to say when he comes back he's going to start, but we just need depth. But let's see what Haarberg got. I'm worried about this game, man. I am worried. I talked about it. Northern Illinois came into Lincoln in 2017 and beat us on a night game. They played Boston College. They played Boston College 2 weeks ago, went to Boston College and beat them. And you might be saying, Wilson, Boston College isn't very good. They're Power 5, and honestly, are we very good? No, we're not very good. So we know Northern Illinois has the chops to beat a Power 5 team. They just did it. Okay, so gone are the days of us crossing W's against these type of opponents. Okay, we lost to Georgia Southern last year. And this year, we do not have a starting quarterback playing. And we have a quarterback in Heinrich Haarberg who has a career, 20 snaps under his belt? And was on the scout team last year because he struggled with the intangibles. And now he's expected to go out there and start against Northern Illinois, who's a really solid program and has won the MAC many times over the last 10 years. Like, this is worrying. This is concerning. This is going to be a close ball game, folks. Like, expect that. Expect it to be a close ball game. Man, that's concerning. This is concerning. And granted, I didn't want Jeff Sims to start this game anyways. I wanted Chip Purdy to start this game, but the fact that Heinrich Haarberg is starting this game worries me a lot. We'll see if Heinrich Haarberg ends up starting. We know for a fact Jeff Sims is out. It's just up to who starts. It's about 95% going to be Heinrich Haarberg. Would not be surprised if they go to Chip Purdy throughout the game, though. I think, and I said this before, I think if you give Chip Purdy an opportunity at all this season, he will not give Jeff Sims a chance to come back. It'll be the Chip Purdy show. I believe in Chip Purdy a lot. I think he's made a lot of progress over this year. I don't tend to believe what Matt Rhule is saying in terms of quarterback because I know he's just hyping up this guy. But the stuff about Chip Purdy really hyped me up. And last year he did not play good when he did in fact find the field. But we know he's talented. He has the best arm on this team. He's the answer. Chip Purdy's the answer. I hope he gets some playing time this game. I hope he starts against Louisiana Tech when he's completely healthy, but we will see. So that is concerning. Just want to come in here and talk about that really quick. Jeff Sims is out with an ankle injury. We'll see if he plays for Louisiana Tech. Man, I'm hoping Heinrich Haarberg or Chip Purdy balls out, and leaves a quarterback battle for you. I don't want it to be a situation where Heinrich Haarberg plays awful and Chip Purdy plays awful, and then we're like, all right, I guess we'll just roll out Jeff Sims. Even though Jeff Sims has been the worst Power 5 starting quarterback. By comparison, we'll be like, oh, Jeff Sims is back, yay! Except Jeff Sims has been awful. So we need Heinrich Haarberg to have a good game. We need Chip Purdy to have a good game. So we will see. I'm going to have a pregame show coming out on Friday, just recapping, talking about last game, and then going over Northern Illinois. How do we get it done? Man, if we lose this game, I'm going to tell you this right now, you are going to hear a lot of fans come at Matt Rhule and co., and we just can't afford that right now. So we need to win this ball game any way necessary. So that's the video. Jeff Sims is out. See you in the next one. As always, go Matt Rhule, go Big Red, and see you around.